Hey, what's going on everyone? This is Akarash here. Welcome back to Metroid Prime. If you're just joining us, last time we fought the Mama She-Goth and got the wave beam. Stasis tank used for biological specimens. Latent radiation readings indicate specimen is highly irradiated. Circuit breakers for lab sub-processing. Shadow pirate forces trained and equipped for stealth operations. A select group of space pirates have access to sophisticated cloaking technology. This gear drains high levels of power, however, forcing them to rely solely on melee weapons in battle. Use enhanced detection gear when fighting these units. Oh, right. Hello. Going down. New creatures. Space pirate. Sentient aggressor species. Well trained. In weapon and melee combat. Space pirates wield galvanic accelerator cannons and forearm-mounted scythes in combat. This species seeks to become the dominant force in the galaxy, and their technology may help them realize this goal. Ruthless and amoral, the pirates care little for the cost of their ambition. Only the results matter, and they take these very seriously. Okay. Amoral, not immoral, there's a difference. Now, that doesn't mean they're not evil. My remote keeps jerking upward, which is really annoying. Force field accessible only through space pirate bioimaging. Impossible to reach. Oh. Realize they haven't actually scanned one of these yet. Map station. Walking to map station elegance. Blah blah blah. Project Titan specimen is immobilized in quarantine cave. Relocation is recommended due to increased violent activity. Phazon ore appears to bind through phazon energy. Thermal imaging is required to detect the highest concentration of radioactivity, which serves to bind the stones together. Imaging research is being conducted in the containment vault area of the facility. Phazon ore is extremely durable and blast resistant. Although the armor-like qualities of the shell provide ample protection, thermal imaging can be used to detect weak areas in the casing. Improvements must be made to the shell in the event that these weaknesses are found by aggressors. East Quarantine Cave is restricted to blue level security. Authorized personnel permitted entry only after bioscan. Wait, is that the same one as... Okay. Might be the same one. Neat. These like some kind of power pistons, or what are these? I don't know. Oh dear. Don't mind me, I'm just passing through. Stays take operational, but currently empty. Stasis tank operational, empty. Okay. Same story. Increased acidity levels recorded in phazon amniotic bath. This is likely a side effect of phazon ingestion by test subjects. Specimen 102, increased volatility recorded. Predator awareness indicated even in cold stasis. Specimen 043, decreased vital signs. Cold damping appears stable. Specimen 029, life signs normal. Pulse at 140%. Mass increase of 4%. Dear me. Specimen 002, euthanized after psychotic episode. Scheduled for removal. Let's see. Stasis tanks operating at 40% capacity. Temperature regulation errors have been rectified as of 12 112.4. Ice beetle infestation in Icefall region has been 95% exterminated. Report any sightings to security immediately. Access to Research Lab Ether limited to Team Sclera only. Personnel bound for Hollow Observatory must use West Elevator. Phase-on fluid bath levels at 70%. Checking diagnostics per procedure. 12.38. Log 10, 515.8. Our initial tests exposing Talonfor's indigenous parasites to Phase-on appear to be successful. Increases in strength, size, and aggressiveness are common in all test subjects, as well as unforeseen evolutions like additional poison sacs within the abdomen and appearance of a second ring of mandibles in several subjects. These creatures were chosen because of their resilience, and it appears possible that, given enough exposure to Phase-on, they may one day be able to survive on any planet we transport them to. Our methods will have to be refined. We currently have a 100% extinction rate after the 4th infusion period, and most survivors of the 3rd infusion stage are so violent and uncontrollable that they have to be euthanized. Even still, we remain hopeful that further experimentation will result in success. You know what? I'm gonna eliminate the threat in the area. Wait, oh. Alright, now we can have some peace and quiet. And also, maybe figure out why my remote keeps jerking. Alright, sorry about that. Oh. Maybe it's just the angle. I don't know, because apparently I haven't solved it. Which is sad. Which means I didn't have to really go through this whole process. Sorry. Wasn't reading it. Xenome 5 is undergoing relocation to Lab Hydra. 5A, rather. Subject transfer ordered after a pronounced increase in aberrant behavior. Securant clearance ADR 13. Phase-on infusion within central energy core of Xenome 5A is at 70% saturation. Increased dosage appears viable.
Recording to logbook.
Log 10, 344.8. We have codified the newfound energy source as Phase-on, a V-index mutagen of which We have very little reliable data. Indications point to a meteor of unknown origin, expelling phazon into the environment. This material appears to possess the power to mutate organic life forms sufficiently to withstand its poison. These mutations appear promising, with abrupt evolutionary leaps appearing in single-generation reproduction. Plans to establish a full science team on Talon 4 are being finalized.
Recording to
Look. Log 10587.7. Mining operations have begun near the crater where phazon appears to be most concentrated. Daily phazon yields have increased 44%, and our mining system becomes more streamlined as personnel and equipment flows increase. Several incidents of phazon-induced madness have been reported. Puffy. Augmented life support regulations in the deeper chambers. Symptoms include loss of equilibrium, erratic respiration, muscle spasms, and in the most extreme cases, hallucinations. A timeline reassessment for the refinery operation is recommended as the material proves more unstable than initial analysis indicated.
recording to logbook.
Log 10.7.12.1. Most terraforming and retrofitting of security checkpoints on Talon 4 is complete, but we continue to research the alarming epidemic of breaches by local creatures. Door records show no unauthorized entries, so we must presume the creatures are either slipping in undetected during daily personnel moves, or else finding their way in through subterranean tunnels. We have found many small breaches of this latter sort, and plug them wherever we can, but it is unlikely that we will ever achieve full extermination within our current timetable. Interesting. Mutation strain 776V shows massive absorption capacity in flux. Strain replication is now underway. Phazon batch 1734. Point D shows mandible mutation across all subjects cross infusion with batch 1622.G recommended. Is that so? Xenome behavioral patterns show decreased reflex activity at temperatures below freezing. Makes sense to me. Transfer of specimen 344 to Lab Hydra complete. Further infusion suspended pending security assessment. Prep work on all empty stasis tanks must be completed before specimen batch Y arrives on 12/3/12/2. So I'm guessing, since a lot of these logs say 10, and then the number in the middle is the one that changes all the time, and then the last one doesn't change that often, but it does every now and again. I'm guessing like the first number is sort of like a year, and then the one in the middle is like the day, and then the last one is like the month. Or maybe it's smaller than that. Maybe 12 is a day or something. I don't know. There's something called a cycle, which I don't really know. It's not really explained how long a cycle is exactly, so can't really tell. Warning, do not handle sedated xenomes without proper ice containment equipment. Specimen 070, optical absorption mutated, has led to unexpected degeneration of internal organs. Oh dear. That doesn't sound good. Cordite casing of column appears weak. Viral pathogens found in several xenomes have been traced to phase-on batch 1664.Z. Terminate all subjects. Oh dear. Strain 776V has been successfully replicated. Oh yeah, I was just reading about that over there. We have named it Strain Vertigo, mutation of beta xenomes part proceeding. Daily decontamination is now required to all personnel working in lab ether. Tissue samples from stasis tanks must be hand-carried to Lab Hydra for analysis. Notify security of all material. What spelling is that? Is that a different word other than like material? Is it material? Like personnel. I don't know if that's a typo or if that's some word I'm not familiar with. Whoop. Log 10.664.2. Research Outpost Glacier 1 in the Phendrana Drifts region of Talon Forest Mountains is operating at 85% capacity. Sub-zero temperatures have made the Metroid sluggish and easy to control, even those well into phase-on infused cycles. Cold containment stasis tanks are sufficient for juveniles, but some of the larger Metroids have been moved to quarantined caves for safety purposes. Security doors remain an issue, as malfunctions due to ice occur every day. Large predators in the wastes are also a concern. As they continue to kill personnel and breach secure areas. Unfortunately, it has become clear that our containment teams cannot neutralize all of them without a vast increase in munitions and soldiers. My, you space pirates are mad lads, aren't you? Just out of your range, eh? What's the matter, Potter? Bit beyond your reach. This is one of the things that makes the wave being cool. You can just wrap around a corner. Your beams will hug a corner. Still experiencing this freaking remote twitch. The corner. Boom. Lower node astronomical odds are currently deactivated. Okay. Holographic spatial schematic is in lockdown per Security Directive 223445.
Recording to logbook.
Scans of the spiral sector detected a massive energy spike emanating from a Wanderer-class planet identified as Talon 4. Scout reconnaissance was immediately dispatched to the center of the spike, a landmass at heading mark 400802, returning with planetary samples and atmospheric imaging. Analysis shows the energy source to be an unstable radioactive material of enormous potential. We are unable to form an accurate risk assessment at this time, but we are unlikely to find an energy source this powerful again. Analysis will continue, but currently Talon 4 appears to be a viable secondary headquarters. I see. Holographic map coordinate data has been updated successfully.
Recording to logbook.
Space routing group data decoded. Phase-on mining is underway. Several garrisons have been established and terraforming of the Chozo ruins is underway. Security systems are operational and science team continues to make progress in their biotech research. The Phendrana Drifts have proven to be an optimal location for research headquarters, and soon it will be joined by a fully operational combat base in Starport. If Command's predictions are half true, we shall rise to dominance in this sector within a decacycle. Truly, these are glorious times. Is that so? Use the spinners. Some kind of generator. Kinetic generator. Use the standards. Okay. Ah. Ooh. Cool. I do love a good solar system map. Ah, cut that out, will ya? Now this is actually the moment, this was the reason I realized, and I imagine other players realized, that it's like, oh, Talon 4 is in the same solar system as Zetus. I mean, obviously, it's just when I realized that, I was like, oh, that's so cool. I never knew that. Let's see, planet Bilium. Or Bilium, I don't know. Mass 3.8 trillion teratons. Profile, quarantine. We all know what that word means. Atmosphere is rife with materialis, a sentient, gaseous, global exterminator virus. Oh dear. So, kind of like that gas creature from Star Trek, which I can't remember the name, except it's a bloodsucker creature. That's a gas creature. Except it's a virus instead. Still scary. Planet Ur-Mine 2. Mass 2.3 trillion teratons. Profile, an uninhabitable wasteland savaged by nuclear dust storms and constant seismic upheavals. Oh dear. What's a nuclear dust storm exactly? Does that mean just like you got nuclear fission going on constantly? And so there's just particles everywhere moving about and seismic upheavals. I guess that's just like a lot of volcanic wasteland and such. Or earthquakes, or both. Yeah, sounds uninhabitable. Makes sense to me.
Recorded to logbook.
Planet Talon 4, mass 5.1 trillion teratons. Profile, ecosystem studies indicate that Talon 4 was a biological paradise prior to the impact of an extraterrestrial object. What remains of the biosphere is slowly fading due to exposure to phazon radiation. At current rate of decay, Talon 4 will be a barren class 13 wasteland in approximately 25 years. Oh dear.
Recorded to logbook.
Planet Zebes, mass 4.8 trillion teratons. So it's slightly smaller than Talon 4. Profile, planet's crust is primarily earthic core, making it ideal for subterranean construction. A class 19 planet, Zebes is inhospitable to most bioforms. The world was considered unremarkable until it became a base for space pirate forces. Well, that's a little rude. I mean, the Chosen were there first. There's one more. Isn't there? Ah, there you are. Planet Twin Tabula. 4.1 trillion teratons. Profile planet is best known for twin fever, a disease caused by a viral strain native to Twin Tabula. In the early stages of the disease, victims suffer from double vision. When the twin sight fades, the victim is near death. Oh dear. Also, yeah, you can see a lot of their orbits intersect. So that's pretty wild. You'd think eventually they would bend each other's orbits enough to where a number of them would crash into each other or something. Or, ow. Part of a concept. Oh my gosh, really? Part of a concept for my fan fiction, Metroid Chapter Omega, was the involvement of the planet Tallon 4 again. Except since Tallon 4 and Zebes are the biggest planets in the solar system, they would have the most gravitational influence. And of course their orbits intersect each other. So, in theory, when Zebes was destroyed, depending on where Tallon 4 was in its revolution, Zebes' destruction may have caused a serious disaster on the planet. Like, you know, if it was farther away from Zebes, or farther away from the sun than Zebes was at the time, like it might have caused, like, I don't think whiplash effect is the word I'm looking for, but it's like you're stretching a rubber band and the rubber band snaps. And so it's like the tug that Zebes was holding on to the planet is suddenly gone, and so Tallon 4 gets cast farther away from the sun. Or opposite, if Zebes was actually farther away from the sun than Tallon 4 was at the time Zebes blew up, then it, instead of Tallon 4 getting farther away from the sun, it might have gotten pushed closer to the sun. I don't know. Be an interesting idea. Or just an interesting thing to think about. Like, how did the orbits change? All Hollow technicians report to main observatory. Maintenance required on both Hollow modules. Chief Astrogation Officer. Is that like navigation, except... Wait, is that what the Navi in navigation means? Is it referred to the Navy? I never really thought of that. But now that, I mean, if it does like refer to like the sea, then it makes perfect sense for astrogation to be a word. Huh. Okay, cool. Anyway, Chief Astrogation Officer feels our current dual hollow projector system is obsolete. Please review and advise. Anyway, I know I've been talking a lot and just sort of dawdling, so I apologize. I'll get back to playing the game eventually. I did scan you guys, right? Okay. Oh, man. Hello. You must be new in town. Flying pirate. Really? I thought you were called Arrow Pirate. Trooper. Oh well. Whatever. Flying pirate. Pirates trained and equipped for airborne assault. Flying pirates are extremely agile in the air, but the heat signatures of their jetpacks can be tracked with thermal imaging. While their missiles are extremely potent, their jetpacks can be even more so. If the pack fails, they will make a suicide strike. Super missile is quite potent, yes. Crap. Man. No. I'm like that miner guy from the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer movie. Nothing. Look, it's the namesake of the game.
Recording to logbook.
A Metroid, energy-based parasitic predator. The dominant species of planet SR-388. Metroids can suck the life force out of living things. A Metroid will latch onto its prey and drain energy, growing larger as it does. The only way to shake an attached Metroid is to enter Morph Ball mode and lay a bomb. Ah! Okay. Oi. Good way to do. That's what I thought. Metroid brain scan results in. Studies show accelerated activity in parietal lobe during hunting cycles at temperatures above 10 degrees centigrade. The hooked mandibles of the Metroid penetrate the skin of its prey and siphon pure life force energy. Containment temperature stable at 3 degrees centigrade. Environmental diagnostics satisfactory. Internal organs of Metroid seem to be limited to nucleonic absorption cells and massive energy reservoirs. Metroid containment fields appear 100% effective after adjustments. Temperatures below 10 degrees centigrade will render Metroids docile. Phazon Infusion Stage 6 Subject Metroid BR5497. Subject's mass at 180% of previous Phazon cycle, increasing dosage by 4%. Stasis Tank B118 contaminated beyond acceptable safety standards. Removal squad requested. 4444. Initial transfer of Metroids to Timeline 4 research facilities has been completed. 3 were terminated in an incident at the landing site, but the others were pacified and transported safely. Initial Phazon infusion testing is underway. We are eager to observe the effects of Phazon on Metroids, especially their ability to absorb and process the energy given off by Phazon sources. Early research suggests a considerable growth in power and size. Whether the creature stays stable thereafter remains to be seen. The reconstruction of Geoform 187, codenamed Ridley, was recently completed. After his defeat on Zebes, Command ordered a number of metagenetic improvements for him. Though aggressive, we were able to implement these changes in a cycle. The metamorphosis was painful, but quite successful in the end. Early tests indicate a drastic increase in strength, mobility, and offensive capability. Cybernetic modules and armor plating have been added as well. We believe our creation, now called Meta Ridley, will become the mainstay of our security force. A job he will certainly relish. Foreshadow. We know from the scans on the Orpheum that what we chased to this planet was specifically Metroid. Directive: in the event of a Metroid attack, repel a creature with missiles set to maximum concussion. Okay, so that's a clue. You can kill him with super missiles. All guards must use ice containment gear when transporting Metroids. This indicates sedated specimens and those pronounced dead. Wait, what? All guards must use ice containment gear. Okay. As energy-based creatures, Metroids show immediate mass increases upon energy absorption. Confidence is high regarding Phazon applications. We know enough about Phazon now to begin combining it with Space Pirate DNA. The code name for this venture will be Project Helix. Preliminary studies indicate that Phazon infusion could produce radical new pirate genomes. Benevolent mutation levels are high in current test subjects. Phazon madness is a concern, but refinements in the infusion process should reduce or neutralize the odds of mental degeneration. Hunter Metroid DS is showing signs of increasing stability and heightened immunity to cold, damping fields. Motion near Hunter Metroid DG appears to trigger psychotic episodes. Personnel are to stay at least 3 meters away from stasis tank. 6 feet away. Social distance from Hunter Metroids. Oh! Can anyone play a video game these days without making a COVID joke? Oh, coming for me, are we? Alright, fine. Your services are no longer required. Metroids infused with Phazon strain Vertigo are thriving. Vertigo, not Vertigo. We feel they could be Class 1 energy harvesters if proper submission measures are employed. usually have a bit of trouble with this one in particular. But never mind. Crap. Easy does it. There we go. That alarm's just kind of getting on my nerves, but...
Recording to logbook.
Oh, whoops. Oh well. Metroid dissection continues to provide more questions than answers. Our research teams have isolated the energy conduits that run from the invasive twin mandibles to the energy core in the creature's quadripartite nucleus. But the manner in which a Metroid actually extracts the life force from its prey remains an utter mystery. The victim does not lose blood or any other vital fluids, and yet the Metroid extracts energy. Identifying this energy is our central problem. It takes no physical form, and yet, without it, the victim dies. We will continue to research this matter, as the isolation of this life-giving essence could be the key to our ascendance. And it's because the Metroids were created by the Chozo. This tank holds the remains of Experiment 7526. Conversion of elite pirate unsuccessful. Oh dear. But yeah, the Chozo were masters of both technology and magic. So, empty stasis tank used for biological specimens. Latent radiation readings indicate extreme radioactive contamination. Same thing? Okay. Stasis tank C012 is contaminated beyond acceptable safety standards. Remove immediately. East Quarantine Cave has been secured. Specimen remains in the quarantine area. All experiments have been suspended pending pacification of area. Quarantine specimen exhibits highly aggressive behavior. Its body structure, composed of phazon ore, appears nearly invulnerable. This has rendered our efforts to train and discipline subject useless. Project Titan is suspended indefinitely. Security breaches resulting in massive casualties have occurred. Access is strictly prohibited until further notice.
Recording to logbook.
Studies of Metroid biology continue, though with limited progress. It seems likely that we will be much more successful using the Metroids for our means rather than trying to reproduce their powers. If they could be adequately tamed, we would have no need of a proper understanding of their metabolism. A small force of disciplined Metroids could wipe out entire armies. and once we find a way to shield them from cold containment weapons, they will be invincible. Furthermore, if we could then harvest the energy they consumed, we would have a near limitless source of power at our disposal. Yeah, except toying around with vicious predator creatures for bioweapons and turning them invincible is just not. It's just asking for trouble.
Recording to logbook.
Just playing with fire. Ice beetle. Ah, we were just reading about you a while ago. These pirates are trying to kill a lot of you. Burrowing insect with an ice-reinforced carapace. Averse to heat. This member of the beetle family has adapted to life in the sub-zero temperatures and the Phendrana Drifts, growing a thick ice shell over its entire body. The ice is extremely resilient, providing the ice beetle with extra protection and augmented digging abilities. Goodbye. Testing of thermal imaging software complete. Commence download to tactical visor prototype for field testing. Central tank control circuit connection terminated. Cool. That hurt. Oh, so there is a turret. Okay. Because it's aiming right at me. Thermal imaging software exceeding initial expectations. Combat applications are being evaluated by command. Field testing in Phendrana region approved. Use of prototype visors by security personnel approved. I gotta admit, as animalistic and somewhat incompetent as the pirates seem a lot of the time, they make some serious breakthroughs, technology-wise. Thermal visor. Inform command that thermal vision tests will begin soon. Abnormal heat traces are represented as red when looking through the thermal imaging spectrum. Thermal visor interfaces will be sent to quarantine area. These visors will be useful for any personnel involved in transport of the unstable test subject there. A lot of foreshadow. Uh-oh. Oh, hello. Okay, how does it look? Yeah, can't see a darn thing. Okay, knock it off, will you? Oh, there you are. Oh. Come at me, bro. Want some of this? That's what I thought. More of that Nintendo polish. Just teaching you, you can
Recording to logbook.
power a door, which is also a pretty cool function of the wave being mechanoid. Central drone, well armored, and limited intelligence, but do their assigned tasks well. Being at machines, they are susceptible to electrical attacks. When alerted, drones initiate a security lockdown, then attempt to neutralize the intruder. Their electronic warfare suit can scramble vital technology as well. So, why did I not go back to thermal visor? I don't know. Consider this a lesson to you space pirates. Why you should never handle Metroids. That's at least what, 3 of them kill? that's all of them. Oh. Yeah, that's all of them, which means they're after me. That's like horror movie material. It's like you it's like the music stops, but the Metroid aggro shriek goes off anyway, which means, oh, they're after me. Boy, you guys sure cleaned house though. I remember Metroid actually got stuck in a wall or something. Not how that happened exactly, but ow! Rude. There we go. It is cool getting to use the thermal visor, but it's still always a relief to me when I don't have to use it. Aha, I'm too slippery. Kind of like it's always like adventurous and interesting going through Dark Ether in Prime 2, but it always feels pretty relieving when you get back to Ether. Reposition myself. Like my tailbone was hurting me. What? Since when did Grandma go to the dunes? Looks like there's a light on the ladder. Ow. Ah. I don't remember which direction I'm supposed to be facing. Oh, it's this one. Okay, cool. gonna make him come after me. Don't follow me. Whoa. Which I don't know how much, much computing power would be needed for like a pirate troop to actually follow you through a door. But I'm just kind of wondering why they don't make it a thing. Like if there are pirates in one room, why they don't just follow you through a door. Yeah, it's just not sophisticated enough for that. Stop twitching, please. Now, you'd think I'd just end the episode here. Except I'm just so close to the next exciting thing. By the way, this is the farthest you can get before you absolutely need to get the charge beam. Because before this point, you don't actually need the charge beam at all. But this is the first and off the top of my head, the only room that is inaccessible without the super missile. And of course the super missile is unusable or cannot be deployed without the charge beam. So, to my knowledge, that door right there is the only time in the entire game you actually need the charge beam. It's a pile of rocks. Well, psych. It's Grignac. Actually, his name's Thardus. Thardus, an animated sentient creature of stone charged with phazon radiation. The phazon radiation given off by Thardus negates auto-targeting systems, preventing lock-on. It may be possible to acquire alternate targets with a different visor. The chaotic nature of phazon irradiation leads to instability in its structural integrity. Thardus can encase targets in ice, and its colossal size and strength make it a formidable opponent. Now, you can actually beat him without the thermal visor. Ouch. I know this because I had to do that for like the first time ever, which was on a GameCube emulator on the PC. And the CPU just could not handle me switching to the thermal visor for some reason. So I had to guess where his weak points were. Not only guess where his weak points were, but also target them without lock-on. Try to pull a move where I'm just targeting the stones. Now, instinctively, you want to be away from him while he's doing that. Except I found that he doesn't actually hurt you ouch when he's doing that. Unless of course you're like oh wow, okay. Dang it. His hand got in the way. first time I've actually done that before. Quite a number of super missiles. Let alone missiles. Last one, that's the one that's his heart. I'm not sure why exactly, I'm just making it intentionally harder on myself. I don't know. I've just played this so many times, I'm just kind of like... why not? Canceled your rolling attack, too. Bite the dust, you rock monster. It's like one of the few instances of comic relief in Metroid. Spider Ball! Yeah, boy. Oh, great. I took one of the longer ones. Oh well. What the?
Recording to logbook.
Alright. I'm not sure if I've actually gotten stuck on that little pipe before. And a save, perfect. Because this is definitely going to be the end of the episode. Well, thank you all so much for watching. As always, God bless, and I hope to see you next time. Ciao.